So welcome back. My name is Paul. A lot of people have been watching my videos. I'm getting a lot of interesting feedback. And I'm making a series about great answers that are forthcoming in the near future that are rocking our world, changing our awareness, and making a huge difference on the earth. Now, in this particular segment, I'm going to talk about one of the great answers that's actually been around for a really long time. And before I get into it, I'm going to explain a little bit. A lot of people, when they hear this, they're going to say, well, that's stupid. And there's some people going to say, I already knew that, you know. And it's a really, really simple thing. It has to do with our attitude. And all the great sages, the ones that I've read about at least, they had a particular component that helped them. And it's extremely simple. And it has to do with our attitude, our humility, our thirst. And in one way or another, these great sages have always said to us, look, if you want to get truth, awareness, whatever you want to learn, study, anything, God, anything you want to learn, be thirsty, be humble, be simple. In fact, many went so far as to say, look, if you literally pranam is an old word that comes, I believe, from Sanskrit. I don't know exactly the translation, but it has to do with a certain thirst and humility for the infinite. And if we want to understand, for example, another human being, then we need to step completely out of our own preconceptions. By being extremely humble, the great sages say, look, you can learn anything. You can learn the infinite. You can learn the subtle things that are inside us. You can understand another person. And I heard it said one time that if there was 10% more humility in the world, it would solve 50% of the problems. And the thing is that the secret of being humble and being giving and being very, very open in a really profound sort of way, it's not just a social thing that it helps our civilization go better. But from the time you're young, if you look at little children, they're always curious, learning. Their brain cells are growing. And they just want to know because who knows how, intuitively we don't know how long this life is going to last. And so we might as well really start getting up in the morning and going like, now is the time, every minute, now, because it's one of those secrets that the sages talk about. And we, collectively, people just say, well, that doesn't mean anything. But paying attention, having humility, having the thirst, almost a childlike openness, is a door into infinity. Truthfully, that is true. And it's to understand ourselves, we have to be open to our own nature. And we're not this body. We're not just this mind. There's, you know, collectively, the fact that we exist and all this universe exists is just an absolutely fantastic thing. And it should make any human being just have hair stand on their head, basically, in some senses, because there was a funny thing in the Bhagavad Gita about how Krishna finally, you know, revealed to his student something. He had an inner experience, and it just made his hair stand on head, you know, on end, basically, because there's an infinity of understanding. And it starts with our own awareness. But if we go through life yakking away and judging everything and labeling everything and marking everything and trying to possess everything and control everything, if we go through life that way, you're never going to understand the most amazing things about being alive, having a consciousness. Now, there is people in India, you've seen them, they prostrate, they might, like, there's Tibetan Buddhist monks, they might, like, walk for miles and miles, and they'll lay down, they'll get up, and they lay down, they'll get up, and they're like, why are they doing that? Now, what might be happening inside these people, some people do it for ritual, and they don't have a clue, but if someone goes down literally in their heart, they're going, I am looking to understand the infinity. I am bending down, I am opening my spirit to the infinite, the stars, the galaxies, everything from within. And if they have an awareness, every mile that they're walking, and they're pranaming or whatever, they're having a realization. You can't see that realization from the outside. Now, I'm not saying everybody that does that has a realization. But the attitude of gratitude is an extraordinary thing. And it's mentioned by Jesus and Buddha and Krishna, and you know how many yogis and teachers and swamis, they're all saying this. So, as collectively as human beings, we start waking up to realize, you know what? I have to start with a new perspective every single day regarding the moments of my life. If I do that, I'm going to learn a lot of stuff. I'm going to see things, I'm going to see the world and myself like I never saw it before, because I'm paying attention. Because you can't pay attention if they're listening to a voice yakking away about your opinions and discussions and stuff. Now, this is an old secret. It's nothing new. It's a very well-known thing. But a lot of people read about it and they just laugh. Oh, well, that's silly. I know who me. I'm number one. You know, I'm bigger. I'm going to conquer or whatever. The greatest power is realized by those sages, as they said, is to be humble. And understanding will come. And understanding is power. There's certainly power over our own life. You know, whatever power the world has, you know, collectively, you know, the Illuminati or whoever, and corporations and fascism and every darn thing, the kings and all the stuff that's happened, all of those civilizations, the power, the ones that had the power and they just like grind everybody down, there's still teachings coming to us from thousands of years ago, the same old teachings. Pay attention, be simple, be humble, be like a mirror, because if you're really reflective and really humble, then you'll see everything, because you don't want to have a mind that reacts, because if you want to see something incredible, look within and look with humility at every other thing that you see around you, including your own existence. So that's my 2 cents about one of the greatest secrets. It's nothing new, but I believe that more and more people are waking up to this. Look, we have to be a little bit more humble about our existence. And if we are, the rewards are tremendous, because it floods ourselves with light and understanding and power and energy and grace. And I really believe that, you know, going forward here, we're about on the edge here. Now there's a new moon right now, I believe, in Aquarius, and there's some interesting astronomical things going on, but this thing in Egypt is happening right now, and a lot of people are waking up. And I think, you know, the people don't wake up to that fact, they're just going to end up being, you know, dissolved, like the dictators and so on. So, thanks for watching, and I'll be making much more videos this year. I appreciate all the feedback.